What's up, guys? This is Ryan, and this is going to be a 1-year update on my recovery from a ruptured patellar tendon. I'm just a few days away from being a 1-year post-op from having a complete rupture of my left patellar tendon repaired. Made a bunch of videos early on for about the first 6 or 7 months, just kind of showing my recovery week to week. Then had a couple after that, but it's been a few months since I've had an update, and so just wanted to kind of give you sort of an update of where I'm at. Not so much about me, but just so you can kind of see what you might be able to expect. And so at the 1-year mark, I would say pretty close to being completely recovered. There's still a couple small issues that I have. Probably the biggest one being if I have to put my knee flat on a hard surface, so I'll use my good leg, but if I got to get down and kneel on my knee for whatever reason, it's actually reasonably uncomfortable on my injured leg. Not a huge deal. It's probably kind of the only area where I notice it. If I have to do any solid work, I'll just put a knee pad on. And so, you know, I don't know, there's 3/4 of an inch worth of padding there. And if I put a knee pad on, I honestly don't notice it at all. It's no problem. And so that's an issue that I don't actually know if that's going to go away. It's basically not improved at all in the last probably 3 or 4 months. Maybe longer, I don't know. It just hasn't improved. Everything else gets better. That one particular thing hasn't. And so maybe it will. I suspect it's just because I've got screws in the end of my kneecap there. And so you put those on a hard surface, you know, they just don't feel good. As far as, I won't say that I am 100% recovered because there is still a discrepancy in strength between the two legs. You know, my muscle size it's close enough, but it's not quite there. Strength-wise, it's not quite there. I do notice it if I've hit legs really hard, you know, the rest of that day, and sometimes even a little bit the next day. I'll have a little discomfort in my knees, some aching in certain positions, just because the muscle is fatigued, where the muscle is weaker, and so it's probably just more fatigued even than my other leg. And in my workouts, I don't notice it so much if I'm doing a 2-legged exercise, so a squat, maybe a clean, those kinds of things where I'm not going, it's not an extremely fast movement. I don't really notice a discrepancy. If I start doing either single leg exercises, it's really obvious to me during those. If I'm doing a sort of faster exercise, so maybe any kind of jumping exercise, or if I'm just getting out and playing, which I don't really go out and play basketball at this point, but I do a little coaching, and sometimes I'll play defense on the kids just to kind of give them some different reads so that they're not doing a drill for the purpose of, for no reason, because it doesn't do them any good to just, you know, walk through a drill. If I get out and get to some full speed, you know, movement, running and jumping kind of thing, I'll notice that I'm not trying to, but I will notice still that my one leg is fatiguing faster, and that's my good leg that's fatiguing, and it's because subconsciously I'm favoring my injured leg. That is improving. So I think I mentioned that in my previous video a few months ago, but that aspect is improving where, like if I'm doing a, you know, maybe like a trap bar jump, you know, type thing, I definitely notice it less. So it's starting to go away. It's getting to a point where that's almost gone. I'm very close in that regard. As far as 100% recovery, I don't really know what that looks like because you know, it feels like it could be a month away, it could be 2 months away, but I mean, it felt like that a month ago, and so who knows? I'm still making progress, and who knows where that ends up. One other thing I will say, only because you guys are probably watching this, and who knows what stage you're at in this recovery, is you will see some stuff online where someone posts a video of themselves doing something, they're 6, 7, 8 months out, and they sort of insinuate, hey man, I'm recovered. But a lot of times you watch those videos, they're not recovered. It's clear they're favoring it, or they just don't show enough in the video. It's not enough of an actual movement. They're not putting enough force on their leg to where you can see if they're favoring it or not. I'm not saying those guys aren't fully recovered, but just every single one of them I've seen, it looks like they're not. And I'm saying that so that if you guys are in that position, and you see someone who's 6 months, 7, 8 months out, and they're saying, hey man, look at this, look what I can do. And then you start to think, oh man, you know, like I'm doing pretty good, but I'm not not at that point. So like, I don't know, am I just way behind? Well, you're probably not behind. You know, I'm a year out. I've seen lots of stories with athletes, whether it's in the NBA or other sports, and typically they're a year or more before they're fully recovered. I could put a video out, I could have put a video out months ago, just showed me running and jumping and doing certain movements, and then I could have claimed like I'm 100% recovered, but I'm not, and I'm not at this point. I'm very close. I'm hoping that at some point I'm going to put a video out and just straight up show you that I'm 100% recovered, which I believe is coming. And when it does, I'll post it. I just kind of want to give you guys I want to be realistic with you guys, and I want you guys to be, I don't want you guys to look at things and think that you're behind. And I honestly don't think it matters if it takes 2 years. I see people who don't recover for 2 years, but then when they do recover, they are 100%. And so, so whatever, 100% is what you're trying to get to. It doesn't really matter how fast you get there. So I am going to keep putting out videos as far as my recovery goes as I'm making progress. I've got a couple goals that I've got that when I hit those, I'm going to put those out, kind of show you guys where I'm at there. I'm also going to start making some videos where I'm about to start building a house. I bought a piece of property. I'm in Oregon. I'm kind of out in the woods, and I bought this piece of property on a hill, and it's kind of a huge project, right? This giant house that I'm going to build. Basically, my dad and I building most of it. And so I'm going to document that. If that's something you guys are interested in, that would be cool if you guys watch those videos. Want to thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon.